Welcome in, guys. Post woke world, and I'm here to discuss Kenneka Jenkins. Three things I want to go over in this video is the mysterious and tragic death of Kenneka Jenkins, what's happened in terms of mainstream news and the rumors over the past 7 years since she died, and how does this maybe give us a foreshadowing of what might unfold over the years regarding the Idaho 4 killings. On September 10th, 2017, Kenneka Jenkins, a 19-year-old from Chicago, Illinois, was found dead inside a latched freezer of the Crown Plaza Chicago O'Hare Hotel in Rosemont, Illinois, after attending party there the prior day. And that's kind of what happened and who it happened to. But in terms of who did this, why, that's still very much disputed. It was ruled accidental by the coroner. They stated it was hypothermia she ended up in a freezer due to confusion. They said that she was intoxicated and had topiramate in her system. Topiramate is a generic medication, also known as Topamax. It's prescribed for migraines, it's prescribed for seizure disorder, and off-label use occasionally will be prescribed for mood disorders. Now, she had 3,000 nanograms per milliliter of the topiramate in her system. This is not a toxic dose at all. In fact, if it were to be therapeutic, it would be too low. So I just question if perhaps someone thought they were something other than what they were and had her take them. She took them because she was partying that night. I don't know if we'll ever know. However, the topiramate mixed with the alcohol. Now, her vitreous humor gave back a blood alcohol level of 137, which, to be honest, isn't really that high. So that is not a big deal with the topiramate. They're saying that could have caused enough confusion for her to wander off and lock herself into a freezer. And then she died from hypothermia based on certain things that happened within her stomach, which I'm guessing it's that whole pancreatic thing that they talked about if you followed the John O'Keefe story, the murder of John O'Keefe. So regardless, there's just been a lot of rumor and a lot of unusual happenings in this case. And this was honestly the first true crime case I got into. It was even before Alex Murdaugh. So I watched hours and hours of footage with this. And it's interesting looking back now, and this is why I decided to do this. Interesting looking back now at how they doctored that footage of her walking into the freezer area. It's so obvious, you'll see it. And the police were involved. Quite a few people were involved in this, and it's all coming out now. Of course, nobody's been arrested. It just gives you an idea of how these things can get coordinated. There are even creators out there that have called this a movie. And I want you to listen. We're going to look at this first clip. This was done 7 years ago by someone trying to talk about what happened there. There was another man named Zach TV who was going into the streets of Chicago interviewing these gang members and such, and was getting very close apparently to some of the things that were going on at this hotel, and he ended up dead. He ended up getting shot at an intersection. They never figured out who did it. So very sad. And this happens sometimes in these cases when you get too close to some type of ring. And I really believe that in the Idaho 4, that this is a similar type situation, that what happened to Kenneka Jenkins is something similar that happened in the Idaho 4. And it's really about ritual murder. It's about clout. It's about secret societies. It's about getting money and power. And families are involved in the Kenneka Jenkins story, allegedly. So allegedly, I don't know any of this for certain, but the things that are coming out, things that people say, it's wild, honestly. So I just want to go over that. So if you're still here, thank you. And let's get started. So first we're going to do this. This is brought to you by AC Sino. Well, he doesn't have a lot of subscribers, only 438. But I think you guys should give him a subscribe. He did this 7 years ago, and I hope it's okay with him if I share it with you all, because I want to watch it as well. And I'll be watching it for the first time. So let me just put this up there. Hold on.
The cold part about it, it was a lot of foul play that was going down. You know what I mean? Just watching the video after the party, somebody that had a glove on, you know what I'm saying, moving Irene's head and everything, as if they trying to put the fall on her.
That harvest in Chicago.
Crown Plaza Hotel point of view, they had an agenda. Friends had a different agenda. Security guard had an agenda. Whoever else was involved had a different agenda. You see what I'm saying in this whole situation? So like, you know, when Cole touched on it, I just quickly like pulled the camera out.
They let them Pisces get her, man. On the real, they let them niggas pay their cheat, and they got them let them Pisces get her. The cold part about it, man, you do your crime, you snuck away, but you're supposed to be home. Funny about the whole situation on that is it's like all the bad guys is on the same page. Like everything linked for as the bad guys is all on the same page, and all the stories is worked out for as the hotel benefits. Like the hotel don't get no kind of play no foul play in this. Like, and that's
the police, the Chicago PD.
It seems like they covered up a whole lot more than just the footage, and then when you see a little bit more photos, like she been drugged and one of her shoes off, and it's just
nothing wasn't adding
up. A little conspiracy just took place in that hotel.
So I just want to pause for a second, and if you listen closely there, you could hear these two discussing how there was an agenda that night, and that this hotel is known in that area, and you know, people in those areas that live there, it's just kind of a known thing that people get their organs taken from them in that hotel. They die and their organs are stolen. And, you know, organs are worth a lot of money. And so, you know, when gangs are formed, they get involved in all sorts of things. I'm not alleging any gang did this. I'm just saying people, you know, have to recognize mafia, gangs, government is a gang. It's the same thing. Okay. And there's a lot of corruption going on. And this is why, if you saw that video just now, if you've never seen the video of Kenneka Jenkins, you should go watch it. You'll see how easy it is to tell that they've doctored things. The timeline's doctored. It's so much like the Idaho 4. It's insane. And that video was released, like leaked, just like the Linda Lane thing. So when you hear what one of the women who was there says, okay, her name is August Cole. We're going to get to that in a second. You're going to see why I really wanted to show this, because this stuff is wild. And I hadn't really gotten into this case in a long time. I remember when it first came out. I remember I was going into those images very similar like True Killer does with the reflections. Kenneka Jenkins, man, people were going crazy with those images. And it was getting crazy, but other stuff has come out since then. So let's see what else he has to say here.
You broke down the whole foul play outcome, especially with Dr. Oz was like really speaking on some things.
Man, Dr. Oz. I'm getting started about Mr. Oz, man.
He's funny about that Oz guy.
Because he went in on Dr. Oz and everything, but like you guys need to see like the interviews too with the mother, and you got to check out like different points of view, even the friends that was supposed to kick it with Kenneka that night.
Y'all friends, y'all was around her more than us at the end. I ain't even gonna flop that y'all was. Only reason I wasn't hanging with her like that is because I didn't with you hoes. That's how I'm gonna tell you. I really didn't with none of you hoes that I don't know y'all. I don't kick it. I'm 1300 twice. No new bitches at all. I don't settle for new bitches at all. And I really wish she never met you hoes, G. Cause y'all ain't that, bro. I don't give a who you on tour with. I ain't even gonna let me get Nico on props. You came to, she came to 2. You came to 2. You got locked up with me though, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You came to 2 events. You got locked up. Despite what motherfuckers saying they was gonna do to you, you still took that risk and you made it. The rest of y'all didn't even pop up, bro. Didn't even pop up, and y'all wrong as hell. But I ain't gonna lie. Nifa, I ain't finna. Nifa, what I gotta say to you, I'm gonna inbox you because you feel me. You feel me. I'm not gonna do this on Facebook. I'm not gonna. You feel me? Throw you under the bus because I ain't even that type of no type of you know how to come for you, bro. But I'm just saying like the shit just wrong, bro. Like y'all ain't wrong. Y'all is wrong, bro. Y'all ain't coming how y'all supposed to. Motherfuckers drove out there for that hotel party. But you see, I ain't gonna lie, you see their face one time, bro. Some of y'all didn't even come, not even one time, bro.
I just feel like that's like you know, Jakar and Cole and myself. That's like if we go into a party, right?
Yeah.
It's like all for one and one for all. You know what I mean?
This party as is. We three, we like deep now.
We like 3 amigos.
We gang now. Together. We came here together.
Yeah, we about to be together.
Right. So that's like if there was an altercation with one of us and it's time to go, everybody got to go, even though they don't want to. But
that's right. That's in here just saying it's kind of like code. Like when you go to a party, I was always taught that too. When you go to a party, you leave with the person you went with. It's just like a thing that was ingrained in my head growing up. And they're saying the same thing. And they're saying like you go to a party with people. If one of the people you went to the party with, like has a problem with someone, then you're all leaving. Like you stick together. When you deviate from that plan, this is how people end up dead or hurt or bad things happen. That's what they're talking about here. And it was like, why did they leave her, Kenneka, alone type?
But it just prevents from a situation occurring to where somebody come up missing or come up killed. And then it's like you live with that guilty conscience, just like you said in the video, Cole. You know what I mean? Like they carrying a guilty conscience.
They scared right now. That's why they lying where they lying right now. They scared right now, but like I said, all jokes aside, I don't like them. They gonna get theirs. Right. It might not be how they thinking things would be. Right. It can come out a whole different way.
I have found a video of Monifa and Maya going to Kenneka's gravesite in the snow.
Okay, so Monifa and Maya were allegedly there the night this happened. And so apparently this is a video he found of them going to Kenneka's gravesite. So let's see what this is. I'm seeing this for the first time with you guys too.
I'm still waiting on that interview with her and Zach on Zach TV.
Supposed to be giving an interview?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a tape coming out by Zach, him interviewing Monifa.
Now, Zach, that man they just showed there, sadly, is the one who died. He got killed in Chicago at an intersection. It was a bullet from a gang, and those people were never prosecuted. It's really messed up, and it tells you a lot about how the corruption was going down 7 years ago in Chicago, and I don't know if it's changed at all. So this story is coming back up in the news, so I just wanted to bring this up and catch us all up on it.
Saying that she ready to come out and talk. So
yeah, it might be now. Now it's a good time for her to come out now because she got her story all together now.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know what you mean when you said that. Put her whole story together.
See how a lot of people were following these girls and want to know, like, what are you going to tell us? Like, you were there that night. We want to hear you. And none of these people were coming forward and saying anything on social media. And a lot of people want to know. That one guy said, if you heard him, they're scared, right? They're scared. So again, this really reminds me a lot of the Idaho 4 situation. A main difference being in Idaho 4, they said these people were murdered, right? In this situation, they're claiming that they literally call this accidental, which I think is 100% a cover up and disgusting that they got away with it. And that's why another reason why I want to highlight this, because this is a young Black woman. And I feel like I just know if she was white, this would have been more in the news. And the shoddy job they did at covering up and stuff, it's just really shitty. And they didn't even charge anyone with a crime. She was missing one foot. You saw that, or shoe, right? It doesn't sound right, you know? And so I just want to talk about this a little bit more. There's a lot of dark forces at play here. And when you hear what August Cole says, it's unbelievable. All right, let's go.
I just don't get when she walked outside and Kenneka was gone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that way, you know, she can start to like add up if she's telling the truth. It's like we gotta really listen to the interview to see if she really telling the truth or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Everything though gotta be factual about the situation. You gotta be evidence presented.
That was just creepy and fishy.
You know what I mean? You gotta be gotta be real.
Man, that shit had me sad. You know what I mean?
For real. Like, I'm like even still like, I didn't even, you know, I'm like, man, just to see another young little baby girl slave. What kind of stuff is this? What kind of madness is this? I think HC great, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think, man, what?
It's crazy, man. Hey, give us your take about that, Cole.
Yeah.
You over there quiet as a motherfucker. We like,
Only Cole, let him know, man.
Let him know.
Mr.
Cole,
man.
Who knows? Let him know, man.
Call him on, man.
Give us your whole perception about it.
About the whole situation on the blueprint on the whole thing.
Yeah.
Man, it's one of them ones where I hope just the family got a detective. You know what I'm saying? They hired a private eye on the situation.
Man,
yeah.
That'd be the first thing to do. Hire a little private eye. Because the way she was on the show was basically her face was telling it all. Like the white folks and told her, like, don't talk about nothing because it's still an ongoing investigation. So that's why little videos and sleeping out and little things patching up here and there because they already know. And if they don't, she probably gonna settle out in court or something because it was foul play going on, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. For real, I'm with that 100%.
I totally agree with that because she's been very quiet. She did put out a video on YouTube bringing in the new.
That is Kenneka Jenkins' mother right there. I believe her last name is Martin, and I think Kenneka's maybe it's spelled or it said Kenneka. I'm not sure. I hope I'm saying it right.
Years and everything, and she said, "God don't make no mistakes," and also that was the last thing she ever did, and she been very low key ever since, you know what I mean? So I hope that, Larry Rogers, Jr. do something about this whole situation, you know what I mean? Because he's the lawyer representing her case. And she did go to court on the 13th of December. And that day it is supposedly, allegedly, it's Teresa Martin versus the Crown Plaza Hotel. You know why that whole protest stopped all of a sudden? Do you know why?
No, well, why? Let me know.
Do you know why, Cole?
Because we ain't got that many black people no more.
This guy funny right there. I love it. Be funny, baby. I love it. Hey, but so
what did he say? I gotta hear that again.
Because we ain't got that many.
Whole protest that day it is supposedly, allegedly, it's Teresa Martin versus the Crown Plaza Hotel. You know why that whole protest stopped all of a sudden? Do you know why?
No, well, why? Let me know.
Do you know why, Cole?
Because we ain't got that many black people no more.
This guy funny right there. I love it. Be funny, baby. I love it. Hey, but so on some real shit though, y'all, that protest stopped because they were willing to pay for Kenneka Jenkins' funeral.
That's all.
Wow.
The funeral service and all that. And she stopped the protest.
Okay. I did not know that. I know that they said they would pay for the funeral costs. I know they said they would do that, but I didn't know that was because they were kind of leveraged to do that. That they should have done that to begin with. They owe a lot of money. I think she did sue and win quite a bit eventually.
For 10,000.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how much the funeral cost. 10,000.
Yeah, and she had some trouble making arrangements for her daughter's funeral. And the cold part about this, y'all, I saw the picture in her casket. It didn't even look like her, man.
Right.
Now that brings to another rumor in this case. And like I said, this is a lot like an Idaho 4 situation, not identical, but all the weirdness. They're saying she didn't look like the person in the casket. Another person in that area saw a picture and said, "That's my aunt Antonia Evans, who's been missing." Okay. And so you're going to hear about that in a second. Just kind of keep all this in mind. There's a reason to hear about it because you're going to hear about it in a second from someone who was there.
It didn't even look like her.
And there's been just a lot of speculation.
The blew her up with the bombing fluid blew her up or something.
Man, if you look at the crime scene photos, her head was swollen like somebody done beat her upside the head and everything,
Yeah, this does not look like somebody who died because she just wandered into a freezer and took a couple of 50 milligrams of topiramate and a shot of alcohol and wandered into a freezer. That doesn't happen. Okay, let's be honest. And that's what they ruled this poor girl's death as. In addition, it doesn't even look like her. And I remember people saying it at the time. So let's see what else is going on. This is crazy. This is crazy what's coming out with this.
Like after she played dead, and I guess they wanted to do something extra to her to make sure she was dead. You know what I mean? Teresa been beefing with Jedediah, which is the activist, and had people flying from all over the world, you know what I'm saying, to do this whole protest at the Crown Plaza Hotel. So it was some trickery that went down between both parties. Even Andrew Holmes' old big head receiving headline. He wanted Teresa to lie and say that she saw her daughter walk inside the freezer.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? To get her to lie and say that she saw that. And Andrew Holmes said that he saw that, but nah, man, it ain't even no tape because
That's bullshit that somebody tried to convince her to say that because you cannot see her. There's no footage of her actually walking into that freezer. Also, just watch how she's walking here. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this better. This is probably easier. All right. Now, just watch how she walks through the doorway here, or the hallway, or whatever you want to call it. You'll see it's definitely doctored. There's something else. It looks like somebody's walking with her. You just can't see that person. And again, this is why this reminds me of Idaho 4, because we had this Linda Lane footage And then, it's hard. You can tell there's editing going on. Even the Banfield footage, you can tell there's editing going on. There's shit happening in the sidelines. And it's just crazy. And when you hear someone in a few minutes, I know I keep teasing it, but I want to get through this first. When you hear her in a few minutes describe what happened, you're going to realize why people like me say, I don't even know if anybody died at Idaho 4. And I don't think that's a disrespectful thing to say in this day and age because of the media and its trickery and all the evil gangs that exist. All right, let's go.
Removed the camera that was right in front of the freezer, so they don't know what went down. Once she hit that corner, whatever happened after that, that's what happened.
That's all it was for you to see after that. You seen enough. We told you that this was going to happen, but we're going to show you up to this point, and then after that, we're going to take care of that.
Yeah.
And that's just how they put it, head down or whatever little
hands down
felonious caper. If it's wrong, all the way wrong, and guess what? It's going to come out, and then people going to go pay and suffer for what they done.
Yeah.
You're going to have to pay it back for it. It ain't your fault. It's going to be taken away from you.
But on some real shit though, y'all. Yeah. We need to talk about the security guard. Yo, Cole, what you know about the security guard, man?
What I know is that if we just use our imagination, a lot of people got paid off some crumbs.
Some crumbs.
Yeah, basically.
The guard played the huge role because he had to turn his head the other way. And whoever over him did the same thing when the manager came to the scene, which is basically what went down. They seen what went down. They seen the footage. That's what's scary. They seen what they did to that girl. They seen everything. Then what they do is, I feel like once the kids upstairs was done with it, they didn't mean for her to die. It seemed like the situation to play out like that. It seemed like they wanted her to die, but when they seen another opportunity, everybody's got to turn their head.
Right. And then from the theory,
like she just got so wasted.
Yeah.
So drunk, and that wasn't even the case. It was more of a
they trying to get her to be a call girl or something. Yeah, they trying to get her to be a call girl. You know what I'm saying? For money. As if she needed some extra money, and they probably try to put her on. That's the theory of it. They trying to put her on and make it some extra money doing some whole shit. And then it just went sour. It went down sour.
Yeah, she just a throwaway. It's no big deal. It's nothing. Don't worry about this in your local news.
Her shoes was flapping off her feet.
Yeah.
She just another.
Shoes was flapping off her feet.
She's just somebody else's kid.
Through the hallway, but when she first walked in, they was tied down.
Yeah, but have you noticed the footprint on the shoe? Have y'all noticed that?
That's sick.
That it didn't match up?
Yeah, as if somebody like stepped on her shoe or something. It was a footprint right there, and it was blood all over the place.
And the coroner report I read online, unless it was a fake, said, that she was fully clothed. They didn't mention any of this stuff. Oh, they did mention, though, her right ankle was maybe swollen or twisted or something like that. And you can see that with the no shoe. They never found her other shoe, I don't think. I don't know how they could possibly rule this as accidental, honestly.
You see what I'm saying? Damn, we didn't went silent, having us thinking about it.
You know what I'm saying? That don't make no sense.
But Cole, you got a point on what you're saying there, though, bro. An excellent point. I give you that on that one. On that note, you know what I'm saying? Round of a motherfucking applause right there. But see, the cold part about this, y'all, is that security guard skipped town.
Oh,
he bounced.
Interesting. See, and again, this is like players that they found suspicious. These guys figured this out very early on, right? And we figured some stuff out in Idaho 4, some of us more than others. I'm thinking of Public Waters knows all. Truthfully, though, that's kind of what he's saying here. And if you listen to Trey Gang, he goes into the family history of all of these people and how they're related and distantly related to actors and power players in certain industries. And so it's just like still that family ritual sacrifice type shit and keeping your mouth shut because you go along to get along and quid pro quo. If you say something, we're going to hurt you or your family or imprison you. And that's how it's operating in Chicago. It's terrifying. You go into a hotel and you find out maybe they have some kind of racket going on here where when people die, they sell their organs. Okay, that's kind of what we're getting hints of here.
Disappeared. He gave a statement to the police, and then he skipped town. He went back to Mexico. You see what I'm saying?
Similar to the Las Vegas shooting. If you remember, that guy went on Ellen back when Ellen had a show. God, that makes me ugh. Ellen DeGeneres is a freaking witch. I rebuke that. Anyway, when she had that show, he went on there. He looked terrified, and afterwards he split and never came back. He was a witness for that Las Vegas shooting. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Come on.
That's cold.
You know, it's a statement out there that he gave to the Chicago PD, and after that, he disappeared. He got out of Dodge. The dude, Ty, that had the video with everybody partying and wilding out, he disappeared too.
I think there's a couple of more bodies in Vegas than just them. Somebody like Kenneka just passed. I think it's a couple of more people gone off this one right here because y'all just disappearing. Nobody have no traces of you.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They got all these like people trying to post this.
Right there.
Yeah, yeah.
You got people
Everybody just up time. Like he went back to Mexico and all that. Nah, he went to Vegas.
She said he went to Vegas and laying low key, staying out the way.
He really went somewhere. Yeah, man.
Staying out of the way.
I'm
He
just
ain't
saying, I pray
tripping.
for more people like.
Okay, so they're just talking about how a lot of people disappeared and aren't around. And there are some people that died too that were kind of around the beginning of this. So you should go watch this on ACC. I will put a link to this video underneath here. And I just want to go back to, let's start a different one now. Okay, let's do, all right. This is a young girl who, basically said some things that happened. All right. She was there, and this is her giving her story here. And a lot of people were surprised by this. So just listen closely. Imagine somebody from Idaho 4 came out saying this shit. Okay, imagine you found a video like that. This video has been removed, but someone had recorded it, and it's on flyheight.com, I believe. I got this on YouTube. So imagine a person, I don't know, we could say Jenna McClure. This is just the supposition, just a thought experiment. Imagine Jenna McClure said some shit like this. Okay, well, this is what I'm imagining.
This is not my video. Go to www.flyheight.com. This is not my video. Just listen what happened. I'm not sure if this is true or not, but this is just the story I picked up.
Number one. Two girls were killed. The bitch that was released the night of Kenneka's death was fake. Her menopause was scripted and staged. Her walk to the kitchen was scripted and staged. They had all those kids go in there and pretend, okay?
Can you believe what she just said? They scripted it. They had all those kids go in there and pretend. She had died 3 days later, okay? 7 years ago, she gave this account after she gave the other account where she didn't see Kenneka. Didn't know what happened to her.
I haven't really seen her yet, unless you've been following the story. So I'm gonna break it down to you, okay? Andrew Hunt is the activist that claims that he saw the footage of walking into the and then later on went back into it. He's the one that started all this shit. There was a girl that got raped in March. She got raped in March of 2017, but she looked exactly like Kenneka. Now you got Lenora and Teresa playing the mom and the sister. That is not her mom, and that is not her mom's sister, okay? She's not neither of them.
So she's saying that the mom and the sister, okay, are not her actual mom and sister. She's saying Teresa Martin and Leonora Martin are not Kenneka Jenkins's mom or relative or sister. Okay. So imagine like someone comes out and it's like, yeah, that's not actually Kaylee Gonzalez's parents. Right. And the thing about it that's and I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying what's interesting about it is all the weirdness with the family dynamics and how Madison's like a sister and all this shit, right? So it's just that kind of stuff that I think about. Sorry, let's keep listening.
Sister is actually related to the girl that was raped in March that looks like Kenneka, but that's not her. So I'm gonna tell you what they did. They hid Brianna, Mia, and Kenneka to play two people. They played Kenneka to play because she looked so much like her, and they also paid her to play a girl that died in the flare, but she was never supposed to die. So listen to me, because this is confusing. There's three girls. Brianna's still alive, was in on it too. She got paid to use her picture to pretend that was Kenneka. So on Dr. Oz, that was Brianna's picture. So both of those girls were put on Front Street. That is a 38-year-old woman that went missing the same time as Kenneka. Her mother is 65 years old and has been looking for her for months. All of a sudden, they tricked Kenneka and told they were going to kill Antonia at the home. She was supposed to get a lump sum of money for the organs. So the real Kenneka, she was about to get paid off, but they ended up killing her ass off too because she was young and her body was more valuable.
Can you believe this? Now, I don't know if this is true, but she's saying all this all right? And wait until you hear what she said a few months back. It's crazy. All right, let's listen.
So basically, yeah, Kenneka was there on the 6th. She got drunk. She got there early in the daytime. She got drunk. Her friend Monifa, once she was drunk, took her to the cremation place. And when she went to the cremation place, sister and the big dogs and the higher ups, they took her. No more Kenneka. Mutilated her. Now we need something to put in the casket at this funeral. They killed Antonia, took Kenneka's clothes from the cremation spot, put them on Antonia, put Antonia in the casket, and buried her on Kenneka's name.
And what's crazy about it is there is a guy, if you go on Reddit, you'll see a guy that talks about how like that looked like his aunt in the casket at Kenneka Jenkins' funeral. Okay, this is crazy.
So basically, now that people are they about to exhume the body and watch, it's another woman in there. She's gone. She's gone.
Wow, she's telling you they cremated Kenneka Jenkins after they like butchered her body and took her organs and sold them. You know, it's really some demonic shit, okay?
Teresa's the killer. The mom is the killer. It was a sacrifice. This lady was about to be getting paid her whole life. Probably get a movie doing all of that shit.
You hear that? It was a mini movie, okay? And there are people on set, on scene. If you go and look at some of these creators and what they've done, this was done all 7 years ago, 6 years ago when this started, okay? They show you all the people that are like actual either producers, actors, editors. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it's so similar to Idaho 4. And what's his name? Alex. I can't remember his last name, but he's a producer. He's a movie producer. And it's just a lot of similarities here.
As a woman, so Kenneka watch this. And what are you trying?
Wow. So she's saying we have documents, evidence, and proof. Okay. Wow. That was pretty terrifying, right? So now.
Hey, check this out.
Go.
I stopped buying quick pick tickets and started doing.
All right, hold on a second. All right, why is this? All right, now check this out, guys. Now this was, hold on, let me just see something. Sorry. Okay, so here is about a year after she did that, okay? And I'm sharing Ms. Awareness. And you can go and subscribe to her channel and check her out because she's got more stuff on Kenneka. But check this out, okay? All right, 1 second. This is the same young woman, August Cole, okay? And listen to what she's saying here. Now, before she was exposing all this stuff, saying that Kenneka thought she was going to get money for Antonia, but instead they killed her because she was more valuable. It's really sick. And then they cremated her and then they put Antonia into her coffin, okay? It's really sick. Now, listen to what she says here. This is even more kind of scary.
Dangerous it can be, depending on what you're talking about. You don't want to end up like me. I took a video about Kenneka Jenkins in December of last year, and it went viral. I got 4 million views on the video. And after that, my life never was the same. You do a video and you're trying to expose the government, you're trying to expose all this crazy stuff. Just don't do it. Just don't do it because you're putting your own life into danger. Pretty zapped. A lot of people, they don't understand the level of technology and how powerful the technology is that the government. And I'm already zapped and I'm already chipped. I'm microchipped. I'm chipped up. I'm controlled.
What is she talking about? She's already zapped. She's microchipped. She's chipped up. Okay. This is really fucked up.
I'm already under mind control, so it's too late. I know it's too late.
That's sad. Did you see the way she swallowed like that? Like she's telling the truth. She knows. Like she basically made the wrong decision and she's fucked. And she's trying to let people know, like, don't do it.
So when you blog about something, just be careful what you blog about. Shit, I don't know if it was in my food or somebody invited me somewhere. Like I don't know. I'm chipped and I'm tracked. I'm being tracked. I'm being followed. I'm being stalked by all type of different stuff and different people. And this is not a joke. Be careful what you talk about on the internet. And the last thing I want to say is for you young girls, you still have a chance. Don't be like me. You have a chance.
I feel bad here. Look, she also hard swallows there. She's sad because she's thinking of young women and the chance that she could have had to make a different choice. And she's trying to tell these young girls to listen to her. The situation she's coming from and the people that are in charge in that area, they sound very powerful, controlling. And, people don't listen to this young girl because it's a young Black girl. People are not paying attention to this stuff. And it's another reason why I'm bringing attention to this because it's very scary. And I sure as hell will never go to Chicago. And I definitely won't stay in the Crown Hotel. But
don't be out in the streets hanging out. You are living in a matrix. You are living in the purge. Don't ever let no tell you that when you're watching a movie, it's fake. It's real.
That's fucked up. Okay. So she's letting you know that some of these movies, like maybe some of these horror movies, are actual real killings. Okay. They're real murders and shit. that they're not fake. And again, this brings into this brings Idaho 4 into it because of the whole Attack of the Killer Clones and how this was a movie and how it was being filmed as a movie. And there's people in that area who write horror movies. There's a horror festival. It comes back to the Manson murders and the chaos book and how they talk about the CIA and the movie. They literally had a movie set right there in the middle of California, the Hollywood Hills there, right by the Manson killings. Okay. It was all a big psyop there with the hippies, and they were trying to start a race war, Manson, but instead it didn't work. The last time they tried the race war, it didn't work. And I don't think it's going to work this time either. They keep pushing for it. But honestly, I think it's failing again. And I'm happy about that. But they keep doing this. It's the same stuff. So I'm bringing all of this up because, like the Manson murder and that operation, Kenneka Jenkins is another operation. And you see, sometimes they aren't planned. It's just the networks that are already in place are so corrupt. And if you speak up, you're going to get stalked and harassed. So this young girl thinks she's chipped because she's harassed. Now, maybe she's right, but the level of surveillance that she's talking about is real. There was a CIA agent that I've spoken to only on the radio waves. I don't know him personally. John Kiriakou, he's been out on the circuit recently, and people are saying, oh, he hates America. No, he's heartbroken by what the country did to him. He was the whistleblower for Guantanamo. But regardless, he says that the surveillance is insane. Like, they can literally control your car. They can control any of that stuff. And so you may not believe that. You don't have to believe that. But I'm listening to this young girl and she believes it. So I know at least she believes it for some reason. Now, for what reason? Maybe she's gullible or maybe it's true. But I'm still going to listen to her. And I think everyone should.
It's very the Matrix, the aliens, people watching you. To this boy's house today, or we're gonna go smoke. No, you're not. Go sit your little ass doors. Lock your doors. Be safe. You don't even know what's going on. This world is not what you think it is. You're gonna end up in a lot of trouble. Take your ass home, okay? You don't need to be a stripper.
This is real. This is her. This is for real. She's got a lot of regrets that she's expressing here and trying to help younger women.
You don't need to go to a boy's house. You don't need to go to the movies with a boy. Do it. Just go home. I'm telling you. You don't even understand what's going on. It's very dangerous. And there's a lot of human beings down here who are working for these people. You need to go home and just mind your business and be safe, you guys. God.
Now, who are these people? She's saying there's a lot of human beings out here who are working for these people. Why is she distinguishing human beings from the people they're working for? Are they not human beings? She discusses aliens. I mean, it's the whole reptilian overlord type thing that we always get back to. It's pretty scary. Okay. Whether she's being mind controlled, whether it's real or not, that's what she believed. And again, I'm bringing this up because, it's just one of those odd stories, right? It's just one of those odd stories. And hold on one second. I want to show you something here. How beautiful Kenneka Jenkins was in life, because I think everyone should see her. And here she is. Very beautiful young girl. Very, very sad. Okay. There she is there. Beautiful girl. Okay. So it looks like there was a settlement reached. Now look at this picture right here. Just look at that. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's pretty crazy though. You can see the pixels. There's obviously somebody there right next to her. It's not even hard. You know what I mean? To see in that. So it's ridiculous. All right. So hold on a minute. And here is her. All right. I'm not gonna go into any more of those. All right. I don't want to do any more of those. Hold on. All right. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. I'm going to try to cut that out. All right. So, all right. I just wanted to sort of bring that up and let you guys, remind you guys of the Kenneka Jenkins death and tragedy and the mystery surrounding it, and draw some possible connections with how Idaho 4 has been presented to us and what might come out over the years. All right. That's it, guys. Peace.